Welcome back to the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. It's the final round-robin game for the women's division, and it pits Team Puerto Rico against Team Lebanon. My name is Will Wiggleman. I'll be here to take you through it. This game really is just a formality at this point, as Lebanon locked in to the 4 seed on the women's side after losses by South Korea and the Netherlands earlier this morning. Lebanon will take on Team Caribbean in the first round of the women's semi-final. And Team Puerto Rico technically still has a chance to get to the top spot in the women's division. If they win by 13 goals, they will pass Team Caribbean in goal differential. I don't foresee that happening, so in the more likely event, Puerto Rico will be taking on Egypt in the semi-final. We'll pause now for both teams' national anthems. And those are your anthems for Team Puerto Rico and Team Lebanon. So we get set for the start of this one. Give you the goaltenders for this morning's game. Start with Team Lebanon, and a different goaltender for the first time in this tournament. Megan Dowd played the first 2 games. And this time it's going to be Marjorie Kurdahi in between the pipes. He played for the Lac St. Louis Warriors U18 AAA in 2023-24, 17-year-old out of Quebec. Only one goaltender on the Puerto Rico roster. He's back between the pipes. It's 19-year-old Kaylin Williams, who was allowed 2 goals through the 2 games in this tournament. 37 stops, a .949 save percentage for the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania native, who is committed to play at Riviera University in NCAA Division III hockey. 12 saves on 13 shots in the 10-1 win over Netherlands yesterday. Lebanon coming off the 7-0 loss to Team Caribbean yesterday, 0-1-1, still looking for their first win. Did get a gritty tie against Team Egypt on day one. Puerto Rico 2-0, outscored their opponents 12-1 through the 12-2 through the two games. We are underway. And again, in all likelihood, unless Puerto Rico wins this game by 13 goals, the women's semifinal matchups already decided. It's still hockey to be played. Here comes Yamin for Lebanon with a shot from the outside. Hit the side of the cage, put it back out in front. Puerto Rico trying to flag it down. AJ Jimenez, number 77, makes a move behind her own net to get some space. Lead pass looking for Hannah Beckman out of her reach, and it goes all the way down for an icing. And Team Puerto Rico has had a strong tournament. A tight 2-1 win over South Korea on Wednesday in game number 1. That one was 1-1 late for Puerto Rico. Got a late short-handed goal that turned out to be the game winner. Their game yesterday against Netherlands not in as much doubt. 10-1 the final. Megan Vitrino trying to push through some checks. Pushed it to the line. Eunice let a shot go that didn't get through. It was blocked. Penalty coming up against Lebanon as Allegra Jenkins was tripped up. As Vitrino takes control, we will get the call. An early penalty, first one of the game, and Vitrino the one heading to the box. Puerto Rico first chance on the advantage to strike. Lebanon wins the faceoff. They can't clear. Eunice will try it on the far side. It will get as far as the line and just kept in by Zemeniak. That shot was stopped. Moved out to the neutral zone. Puerto Rico back in. De Almeida. Tried a handoff. Almost cleared out by Jenna Salem, but she couldn't get it over the blue line. Katie Leffler trying to turn the corner on her backhand in the slot. Leffler swept it out in front. Had Alvarez standing there, but they couldn't connect. And Lebanon clears. Minute 15 left in the Puerto Rico power play. Poked along by Aya Salem. Doing some good work short-handed deep in Puerto Rico territory. Finally, it's pulled out by Leffler. Trying to work her way through under distress from Hafiz. Barakat Redsill trying to get the red line. Send a cross-corner dump in. One gets through everybody. Icing waved off. Emma Bashawati hustling after it. Clapped all the way down and around. 25 seconds left to go on this Puerto Rico power play. Jocelyn Mono comes in for the puck. Hand off for Beckman. Now passed up to Jimenez. Gets the Lebanon line. Jimenez with a nice move on the first one, and she had poked away on the second try. Poked up high, Kylie Risco. Beckman shot was stopped by Kordahi, and it's cleared just out of Model's reach all the way down. Anna Daniel fresh off the bench after the penalty expired. First one on it. Daniel couldn't pull it towards the net. On the backhand, got it through. Sits at the top of the crease and pushed over to the corner. Name had her attempt blocked. Yamin trying to hold it in the zone, can't do it. Layla Trepanier En route to Daniel's direction. Trepanier trying to follow up and get back deep. Instead, Lebanon has to defend. Pass out in front. Couldn't be connected with Ariana Willett. Now Sabrina Honeycutt who brought it all the way around. Zemianek twisting and turning at her stick lifted. She's back on it. Leads Puerto Rico with 3 goals, all 3 coming against the Netherlands in the last game. Here's her shot, and it's stopped by the chest of Kordahi. Riley Love centered. That was taken away, and Lebanon clears it out of their end. Bit of a feeling out process here for both sides. We approach 5 minutes gone in period 1. Shots 3-2 Puerto Rico. Pass out in front. Petrino just pushed it wide. Good feed from Kayla Bashawati. Puerto Rico forced to clear it all the way down, and that will be an icing. You can see the sun becoming a factor here at the American Dream Mall. Big skylight up above this rink. See if that comes into play, affects the players at all. Certainly a little bit of glare coming up off the ice as Honeycutt moves up with it. She's able to dump it in, head off for a change. Abradjian off the boards, kept in by Model. Takes a hit from Mahfouz. And now it's Salem. On for Aya Salem. That's Jenna Salem to Aya Salem. This one covered up by Kaylin Williams. She'll get the whistle. Lebanon with a chance on the offensive zone faceoff. Still early stages of this one. Again, the result of this game will more than likely not change either team's standing. And by more than likely, I mean 99% more than likely. Here comes Leffler flying in. Leffler with a nice move, but had her stick lifted. Bearcat Redsill cleared it as far as the blue line. And then Hafiz comes out to make sure the puck escapes the zone. Zemianek back into offensive territory. Her shot stopped by Kordahi. Pass out in front. Leffler to the line. Alvarez fakes, goes back down to Leffler. And tried to go to Alvarez again on the give and go, just out of her reach. Bearcat Redsill. Couple players come together. Leffler off the boards. Her shot sticked away as she was knocked down, surrounded by Lebanese defenders. Puerto Rico working deep in the offensive zone. A good shift for them, and they're still on the attack. Here's Leffler a try, and Kordahi has it, and she'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off. Kordahi, a very tall goaltender, takes up a lot of space in that net. Not a lot of net to shoot at if you're Team Puerto Rico. Model back for it. Bounce it quickly up the boards. Here comes Jimenez all by herself. Long range try off the stick of Kordahi and out of play. A little bit choppy in this game so far. Plenty of whistles. Still searching for our first goal. Face off one back by Puerto Rico. Handoff at the top is for Jenkins. Jimenez gets back to it. Name able to poke it away from her. Loose puck, finally scooped up by Jimenez. She skates back in. Drop pass Beckman. And to kick it along. Just did all she could to keep it in the zone. Name first there for Lebanon. Layla Trepanier up the boards. All the way out. Zemjanic moved it back the other direction. Battled for along the wall. Now Lebanon gets into the offensive zone. Shot blocked from Jenna Salem. Salem getting back on it. Comes together with Leffler. Aaliyah Salem in there as well. Jenna able to dig it free. Back over to Aaliyah. Back pass in front. Cut off by Zemjanic. And she'll skate up ice on the right wing side. Zemjanic had it poked away. Curls back. And she'll go back to the neutral zone and reset. One off a stick. And Nabe able to collect it. Daniel couldn't bring it in. Turning up ice is Honeycutt on the outside. They're tied up now with Layla Trepanier. Honeycutt still trying to muscle her way down the boards. Yamin digging in there as well. Couple players go down. And we get a whistle. An interference penalty coming up. And it will go against Brittany Yamin. And the Puerto Rican power play will get its second opportunity of this first period with under 6 minutes left to go. Zemjanic back out there at the top for Puerto Rico, their top defender. Spent the last 3 years at Norwich University, NCAA Division III. Leffler sends it up to the top. Jenkins and Zemjanic sent a shot that was blocked by Darwish. Leffler had it moved around. Okay, Almeida up top. Jenkins trying to spin away from Hafiz. Shot on, off the glove of Kordahi. Lebanon still can't clear. Pass across, and turnaround try is patted away. Aberdashian finally able to clear. Minute 8 left on the penalty to Yamin. Jenkins able to work up. Pass over to the right wing side. Beckman, as she was falling, able to get it back in. Emma Bashawati will swing it around to the near side towards Barakat Redsel. She clears the defensive zone. Jimenez looking to go right back in. That move taken away by Kayla Bashawati. Barakat Redsel now. Watched by Beckman. Now she'll waste some more time. 27 seconds left on the Puerto Rico power play. This one picked off by Jimenez. Gets it back to the corner. Kept in again. Emma Bashawati tries to fling it up the wall once more. Puerto Rico now in control. Jimenez looking in front and couldn't find De Almeida, who was driving the back post. Lebanon clears. That will take care of the rest of the penalty time. But Puerto Rico 0 for 2 on the power play. We stay scoreless. 3:45 left in period 1. On the right wing side, Jimenez trying to push her way around Layla Trepanier. Puck still held up along the boards. Couple players coming to help out. Players still working to dislodge this puck. And finally, they get it out of the scrum. Jimenez working her way back to her skates. as the puck is worked up the left wing boards. Here's Yamin flying in. He'll dump it around. Lebanon needs a change. Zemjanic, first one there for Puerto Rico. Hafiz. Let it on for Daniel. Gets into the offensive zone. Daniel shakes loose. Her shot off the helmet of Williams. And now a kick saved by Williams. Trepanier couldn't get back on goal. Kaylin Williams coming up with a couple of big stops. And now here comes Puerto Rico with numbers. Jenkins right down the slot. Passed it off. All the way around the net comes Leffler. Lebanon able to get back in defensive formation. Trepanier up the boards. And here comes Hafiz. Has help with her. Hafiz cut to the middle. She's taken down. And we will get our first Lebanon power play of the game. Just as soon as Puerto Rico touches up. And finally, Leffler does. Now a tripping call coming against Riley Love. She knew it immediately. And she heads to the box. And with exactly 2 minutes left to go in period one, Lebanon gets a 2-minute power play. Goal and an assist against the Netherlands for Riley Love, but she sits in the penalty box for the first time in this tournament. Puerto Rico trying to work it out, but it's pinned up along the boards. To a side scrum in the corner. Yamin trying to dig it free. Petrino gets it behind the net. And Zemjanic didn't get much on that clearing attempt. Hafiz back towards the net. That was blocked. And up short-handed comes Leffler. 1-on-2. Leffler pulls it between her legs. Slipped it right through the crease. Back comes Lebanon. Vetrano cuts to the middle. Didn't get much on that shot. She needs to head off for a change. Leffler looking to work her way up ice. Toss it in Zemjanic's direction. She gets it in. Daniel, first one on it for Lebanon. Stolen away, and a stick save made by Kordahi on Leffler. 41 seconds left in period one and on the Lebanon power play. Finally pulled out of the scrum. Abrajian in the direction of Jenna Salem. Puerto Rico takes back control. Leffler will swipe it in to Lebanon's end. Comes right in on Williams, and she elects to cover up her whistle and a face-off with 16 seconds left in the opening period. Still scoreless between Puerto Rico and Lebanon. And the power play for Lebanon will go to the end of this frame. Yamin able to win the face-off to the boards. Comes up top. Name let it go. And off the stick of Jimenez, who closed in. And up out of play. We'll try it again. 11.5 seconds left in the opening period. This time it comes towards the boards. Puerto Rico trying to dig it out. Jimenez can't get it out. And now she does, and that will take us to the horn. 15 minutes down, Puerto Rico. And Lebanon still searching for the first goal of the game. Puerto Rico with the shots advantage, 9-4. We will be right back with more action from the Dream Nations Cup. Welcome back here to American Dream Ball. Second period getting set to begin between Puerto Rico and Lebanon. We are back underway. I want to welcome in Michaela Wall, Ryan Wall's wife, who is a big part of the growth of women's hockey. She has reffed in many different places, including some international competition. So Michaela, welcome, and I guess we'll start off with the last place you reffed. Was very interesting. We just talked about it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Last month I was in Dumfries, Scotland for the Women's World Championships, Division I Group B. It was my first international assignment and just a lot of fun, some great competition, great people all around, and a really good first experience.
And for the people who might not know, as a penalty is coming up against Lebanon, Darsh knocked down Alvarez away from the play. Puerto Rico still hanging on to the puck on the delayed penalty.
There goes the goalie.
Williams off to the bench for the extra attacker on the delayed call. Now we get the whistle and the penalty. And it's Darwish heading to the box, third Puerto Rican power play of this game. But for people who may not know, what countries were represented in the Division 1B this year?
So Division I, we had Italy, Kazakhstan, Great Britain, Slovenia, they say Latvia, and South Korea. Yeah. Italy is going into the Olympic season as host, and they did really well, so really good for them going into the Olympics here in 2026. So, but just really exciting all around to see the amount of growth, and even some of these countries that you wouldn't expect to be as high up on the world ranking as they are. It's just really exciting to see.
We have penalty here against Puerto Rico as Zemjanic threw a hard hit in the corner. And we were talking with the team manager from Team Egypt during the last game, and they said their goal is to try and get recognized by the IAHF and become part of those international tournaments. What is the level? How far down does it go at this point for women's hockey with how many countries are represented?
Oh goodness, well there's basically 4 divisions, and Division 1, 2, and 3 have groups A and B, and then you have the top division where you'll see countries you're used to seeing, you know, in the World Championships that are televised, the US, Canada, Finland, and such. That's the top 6 rankings. So each tournament basically is 6 teams after that. So it goes through like 30. But it would be really awesome to see teams like Egypt and again, places that you just don't expect to have hockey, being able to compete, and you know, tournaments like this are just a great place for them to showcase that they have the love and passion for the game and the work ethic to get there. And I'd love to see what happens for them in the future.
This one sent all the way down, and it is an icing. The clock in the arena was stalled for much of that play. We'll see if they reset it or not. They'll just give the players a little extra time to play here in this second frame. And we talked a lot about the growth of women's hockey this week, especially with a now 6-team women's division, and just how great is it to see places from all over the world, from the Caribbean to Puerto Rico, and then all the way out in Egypt, Lebanon, and even South Korea represented here.
Yeah, I love it. It's just really awesome to see how far hockey's come, especially.
There's a goal by Yamin, and Lebanon gets on the board first. Brittany Yamin picks the top corner. Lebanon looking for their first goal, or first win, pardon me, of this tournament. Brittany Yamin gotten them on the board first. They have not scored first yet until today.
Yeah, it's just awesome to see all the potential that these countries have, and then the doors that'll open for women and girls in the future. So I love to see it, and just really appreciate the culture in the game. And I've seen some hugs, some taps on the back, and just good spirits. And even in the last game, we had a brand new player playing for the Netherlands. She had never even played before, but just coming in for her first experience, and even had to borrow some equipment from a Puerto Rican player. And I love to see that, the culture around the game, and the passion is evident, and seeing it in these tournaments is just fantastic.
Bearcat Redsel's shot ends up in the near side corner. Comes back to the top and slipped down low. A couple players battle for it. Aaliyah Salem on that puck. And on that note, you see someone getting her first experience in hockey. You didn't have your first experience in hockey, you said, until you were 18. Any girls who might be watching this tournament, as a beautiful move made there. Saved by Kordahi off the shot from Jimenez. But any girls who may be watching this tournament now want to get involved in hockey, just what's the best way that you found to just get involved and get on the ice? Not starting until a little bit later in life. At the time I was growing up in California, and I just didn't see any, there just weren't any girls programs at the time. And, I just want to encourage them to just, now you can see it, you can do it and be it. And I know that may seem like a cliche, but seeing all these women out here just really gives them the opportunity, knowing that there is somewhere for them to play. And I would just say, if you have a local rink, just go and see what kind of programs they have, because even if you start in adult league and you start at the bottom and work your way up, there's a place for you in the game, and it's limitless. So, and there's always room in the reffing community as well. That's a tough job, I've heard. I say that as someone who has been not very nice to referees in my time.
Has its ups and downs, but as with the game, there's going to be mistakes. It's a human game, but it's just so much fun being out there and being a part of it, and that makes up for any of the bad stuff.
And it's, of course, a very important role. As there's the referee in action. We have a penalty being called against Team Lebanon. Elizabeth Abrajian. Oh, actually, pardon me. Penalty is against Puerto Rico. It's Ariana Willett heading to the box. Those two came together on the boards, and Willett is the one that picks up the roughing penalty. So Lebanon with a 1-0 lead and a chance to extend it. You mean their goal scorer will take this face-off against Honeycutt. Comes back to Hafiz at the point. Trepignet retreats back, off to Yamin. Turns the corner at the circle. Hafiz tried to let it go. Van Dyne, that shot deflected by Vitrino. And Williams able to make the save. Now a stuff attempt. Williams has the pad down on the post, and she's able to get the whistle. Lebanon dangerous early on this power play. Yamin lets it go. Her shot blocked on the way through. Kept in. Played over to the near side. taken away by Puerto Rico. It's Jenkins. Couldn't get it out though. Around the net, Hafiz centered. Trepanier drive, that's blocked. Hafiz back on net on the backhand. Wouldn't go. Puerto Rico almost went the other direction on that block shot. Trepanier across, settled down. Petrino couldn't put it on goal. Pushed off the back wall, and Zemjanic finally gets it out for Puerto Rico. 51 seconds left in the Lebanon power play. Nearly all of it so far spent deep in Puerto Rico territory. Is Puerto Rico short-handed. Backhand try, just misses the net off the stick of Jimenez. Lebanon able to regain control. Time ticking down on their power play. Hafiz off the boards, kept in at the line. Jimenez able to toss it deep. They dig away, final 10 seconds ticking off of Willett's penalty. Zemjanic down low, deflected save, Kordahi. And she will cover up. A good tip there from Katie Leffler, who played NCAA Division III hockey at UMass Boston for 5 years. Had a goal and 2 helpers yesterday against the Netherlands. And bidding for Puerto Rico's first of this game. This one intercepted. Now Bearcat Redso gets it back. Battled for right at the red line, kicked along. Jimenez trying to turn the corner and head up ice. Are back to 5-on-5, by the way, as Jimenez streaks in. Her shot stopped by Kordahi. Pops back out. That one swallowed up by Kordahi as the shot came in off the stick of Gianna Leffler.
I love to see this Puerto Rican team. I believe you were speaking yesterday about how the rink in Puerto Rico was damaged during the hurricane, and they had an earthquake and COVID, all the things. But they currently don't have ice in Puerto Rico, and yet they've managed to put together a whole team, and maybe some of them just meeting for the first time at this tournament. Maybe they've played before, but it's just awesome to see what they're able to do when they don't even have ice in their country.
This one pinballing around, covered up by Kordahi. And those are the types of stories that are important to tell at a tournament like this. We talked about that, talked about Egypt. Again, during our last game, they don't have ice in their country, and they're able to put together a very competitive team. And as things continue to evolve, things continue to grow, and start to get ice in all these countries, these tournaments can become even more competitive.
And maybe we'll see Chile here in a couple of years, but they even have been down there to play. They have a few rinks, but roller hockey is a lot more prevalent there, but they have a really small little sheet of ice where the ice doesn't even go into the corners. It basically just melts down into the concrete. So you'll lose the puck and it'll just go under the boards. So the conditions in these countries where they do have ice, but the conditions may not be optimal for the game of hockey, but they still make it work and they still find a way just from the love of the game.
It is very tough in these warm weather countries. You think your local ice rink is bad in the summer. These countries, a lot of them have that type of weather all year long and may not necessarily have the insulation, refrigeration systems that even your local ice rink might have. As that shot is blocked on the way through, the rebound. They didn't get through either as Lebanon collapsing around its net. Semyonov loads it up, and another block shot by Abrajian. Walking the line, here is Katie Leffler. Back pass all the way across, and catching and shooting wide was Dalmadia. Puerto Rico in hard on the forecheck trying to get a chance, but it's taken away by Lebanon. Yamin swung and missed at that puck. Puerto Rico a chance to get it back deep. Taken away. Lebanon still can't clear. Here's Katie Leffler with a shot rising off the back glass. Hafiz on the right wing side. Works her way in. And shot, she scores! Perfect shot over the pad, under the blocker from Anya Hafiz. Give Lebanon a 2-0 lead. Top players showing up in this game for Lebanon, as Yamin and Hafiz each with a goal. Hafiz, her team high 4th goal of this tournament. She had a hat trick in the 3rd period on day 1. The nightcap, a 4-4 tie against Egypt. Lebanon was down 4-0, ended up coming back to score the final 4 goals of the game, capped off by Hafiz's hat trick goal with 9.3 seconds left. As that one comes in, Puerto Rico looking to get on the board, stuck underneath some players, in tight try, and Kordahi able to track it and make the save on Risco. Bearcat Redsill after it. They'll get there ahead of Jenkins. Tied up behind the net. 3 Lebanese players trying to dig it free. Bearcat Redsill finally does. Couldn't sweep it out in front. Kayla Bashawati out for Bearcat Redsill. Centering feed, only found Beckman, and a 2-on-1 developing for Puerto Rico. Beckman with Jimenez, gives it over, Jimenez, stopped, rebound available, and it's cleared away by Eunice. And the Lebanon crowd appreciating that stop from Kordahi. Here's Aliyah Salem, her shot stopped, rebound poked back on net by Jenna Salem, and Williams able to cover up. Up and down action, both teams getting opportunities on the rush. Lebanon still with the 2-0 lead despite being outshot 18-10. Marjorie Kordahi down in the Lebanon net has been fantastic. As you see some of the Lebanon fans, there's a couple of Lebanon jerseys and sweatshirts. I did see a Lebanon flag, I believe, earlier. People out to support their country. Jenna Salem on it behind the net. Trying to move it up top, and it's knocked out of the zone. Layla Trepanier. 4:20 left to go in period 2.
I'd say that's another really fun part of the game, seeing the growth. And you talk to somebody that maybe isn't familiar with hockey, or maybe they even are, but they don't realize that there's hockey in some of these countries, and talk to them and the sense of pride it brings. Last year we talked to a gentleman who's Egyptian, and he was so excited, and he knows nothing about hockey, but he thought he would just come out and show some support. And it's so fun to see. And see the whole rink is surrounded right now, and it may not be thousands of people, but still just people, getting to see the game, and hopefully see, someone that looks like them, and they realize like there's a place for everyone here.
And Egypt is one of the teams that has had a ton of support all week long. Their men's team and their women's team. Very, very loud in support.
Yeah, it's awesome. So they do have a variety of, I think, age levels on their team, anywhere from maybe 15 upwards of 30 years old. And So you just get full families out in support, and it's just awesome to see. They have a really, really good culture around their whole program.
And you notice that a lot looking at the rosters, especially on the women's side. You see a lot of younger players, 15, 16, 17 years of age, playing on this stage to represent their countries. Zemjanic able to turn the corner, heading towards the net. Her shot stopped. Rebound also stopped. Kordahi able to cover up, but she continues her strong game in net. Well, Lebanon continues to lead, but Puerto Rico pushing as they have most of this game.
Looks like they're drawing up a game plan here.
The best game plans start with a face-off win, but Lebanon able to spoil it. Petrino able to chip it by, get after it. All the way around the net, goes up top. Abrajian sends one through, it's blocked by Beckman. Abrajian back on it, but she gave it away. Jimenez tried to give it over to Beckman, has to come back for it. Battles for along the boards in neutral ice. Eunice able to find it right that center dot. Works her way in. Tried to spin it back. Eunice still working. She's knocked down to the ice. Penalty coming up against Puerto Rico. As Model touches up. And a roughing call sends Lebanon to its third power play of the game. We'll see who the guilty party is. And finally, we get Gianna Leffler heading over to the penalty box. 2-0 Lebanon with a chance to increase the lead. 2:05 left to go in period 2. Bearcat Redsel let it go and goes wide. Lebanon working in the offensive end. Bearcat Redsel with a shot. That one just missed the net with plenty of traffic in front. Kayla Bashawati going to bring that pass in cleanly. Puerto Rico trying to clear. They can't do it. And now it's swiped at just out of the zone. Zemjanic will launch it all the way down. You've mentioned you've played, Michaela, in plenty of different places. What's been the coolest place that you've played in?
Oh, goodness. I think probably one of the more surprising ones was Malaysia and Vietnam. That was kind of on the same trip. But similar to this setup, they have rinks in malls. Not full size or like standard size like this rink is at the American Dream Mall, but it's a fun environment. It's different. You have a lot of people flocking around to see what's going on because they're not used to seeing ice sports. Yeah, those are two places. We just played some pickup hockey and practiced with some of the local teams. But as far as actually playing and on a team, we were in South Africa in 2014, down in Cape Town, and that was a really awesome experience. The players were just really welcoming. Feel like I have lifelong friends that were made there. Just an overall really awesome experience. And yes, South Africa has hockey.
Zemjanic with a couple of nice moves. And Kordahi, the last line of defense to keep her from getting Puerto Rico on the board. Couple of times on that shift, Sophie Zemjanic showing off her hands and showing off her talent. But once again, strong between the pipes, Marjorie Kordahi.
she's solid back there. Puerto Rico's had some good offense attempts and chances here, and she's just a wall.
Lebanon able to get it to the horn. Name took a tumble right as time expired. Yamin taking exception to that. And everybody coming together to have a conversation. And maybe things will start to heat up as we get set for period number 3. 2-0 Lebanon. Michaela, thank you so much for joining me. This has been fun.
That's awesome.
Should be a great rest of this one, but we will be right back from the American Dream Mall. Thank you again to Michaela Wall for joining us for period number 2. We are set for period 3. Lebanon, a 2-0 lead on Puerto Rico. Goals by Brittany Yamin and Anya Hafiz. Puerto Rico trying to get on the board. Sarah Trepanier able to move it up to Yamin. Back comes Lebanon. Hafiz able to dump it around. Zemianik tosses it up. Now it's Jenkins. Right around Leffler. First one in on the forecheck. Comes to Vitrano. Works her way up, pardon me. Vitrano with a shot from the high slot that was stymied by some sticks and covered up by Williams. Puerto Rico up on shots right now, 21-11. But the story has been Marjorie Kardahi down in the Lebanon goal. Kayla Bashawati sends it back to the point. Eunice's shot didn't get all the way through. Beckman couldn't kick it up to her stick. Abrajian to the right wing side. Aaliyah Salem steps her way across. Her shot off the glove of Williams and over top of the net. They continue to battle. Abrajian sent it right through the crease as she stepped out in front. Eunice back on goal, didn't get all the way through. Eunice at the point. Tried to float it down low. Aaliyah Salem, turnaround shot off the back boards. Kayla Bashawati gets it back. Moves it to the point. Eunice lets it go. And that one rainbows over to the near corner. Puerto Rico trying to clear. Pass on towards Beckman. She got defended by Bashawati, who dumps it back in. And Williams able to kick it away. Sometimes those plays are tough for a goaltender, where the puck bounces right near you, a couple feet in front of you, don't know where it's going to go once it hits the ice. And good job by Williams to make sure she didn't give up one from the neutral zone, which has certainly happened at all levels of hockey, even the top levels. Jenkins with a nice move. Her shot off the stick of Kordahi. Able to get with the knob of the stick. Daniel hustling after it. Poked at by Jenkins. Now it's Honeycutt, 2-on-1. Honeycutt shot missed on the short side. Bearcat Redsel moves it out. Daniel trying to get to it. Daniel chipped it by. She lost her balance. Gianna Leffler trying to move it out. Emma Bashawati just able to keep it in the zone. So the Lebanon attack continues. Yamin centered out in front. Got back to it. Semyonic and Yamin tied up. Hafiz comes in for it. Poked along. Hafiz taken in by Zemyonic. Name trying to dig it out from their skates. Now Zemyonic had her stick lifted by Hafiz, who spun to the ice as she took that shot. Hafiz on the backhand, changed direction. Williams scrambling. Where's the puck? It's in the net. Lebanon has scored for a third time. Somehow found its way into the net over the line. And it looks like it might be Anya Hafiz's goal. If it is indeed, it's her second of this game and third point of the morning / afternoon. Well, Lebanon, again, despite being heavily outshot, has now opened up a 3-0 lead. This one from the slot, blockered aside by Kordahi. Got past Model at the point. She'll sweep it over. And again, this game not really too important for seeding in the women's division, as we already know that Puerto Rico will take on Egypt, and Lebanon will face Team Caribbean in the first round of the semifinals. Still always good to end the group stage on a positive note, and Lebanon still without a win in this group stage. Trying to get there and get that one victory. They're 0-1-1 right now. They have a loss and part of the only tie in the tournament this season. Still, of course, 6 more games to go after this, or 5 more games to go after this one, all on the men's side. Next up is Men's Division 1, and then we'll wrap things up with Men's Division 2. There's Aaliyah Salem streaking in. And Men's Division 1 is extremely messy when it comes to seeding and who's going to make the top 4. Just like the women's, Men's Division 1 has 6 teams. Top 4 make it to the semis. Men's Division 2 just has 4. and all 4 will make it to the semifinals. They still have to figure out who's going to play who in the semis. Lots of important hockey coming up throughout the rest of the day. You want to stick around on the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel, dreamnationscup.com/live. Like and subscribe to our channel for all these great live games and much more content. That shot kicked out by Kordahi. Also check out our social media channels. Dream Nations Cup on Facebook and Instagram. This play whistled down. They have a penalty coming up here. Looks like there will be one against Team Lebanon. Sarah Trepanier hopping into the box. But Mike Young, our fantastic photographer, has done a lot of great work with a zipline camera, helmet cameras, and all that content will be posted on the social media channel. So once again, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and the social medias for the Dream Nations Cup. I believe one of the Lebanon goals in this game was captured by that zipline camera. I saw it moving across, and that will certainly be a cool angle and a lifelong memory for Team Lebanon. Jimenez passed it off. Beckman couldn't get the shot away. Popped high up in front over top of the net. Now Jenkins got to move it down the boards. Jimenez works her way in. That shot stopped and covered by Kordahi. Face-off coming deep in Lebanon's end. Minute 6 left on the Puerto Rico power play. Sun starting to creep back in here at the American Dream Mall. Off the face-off, centering feed on the backhand, pushed wide. That was Alvarez right in front with a chance. Bearcat Redsoul able to find it for Lebanon and clear down ice. Fed across to the far side. Alvarez steps past one defender. Her shot missed the net. Battled for on the half wall. Pulled out. Leffler tried to make a pass off. Didn't get all the way through. Zemjanic turns at the blue line. Walks down the slot. Her shot. She scores! Puerto Rico finally breaks through. They get a power play goal to make it a 2-goal game with still over 6.5 to play. And no surprise, it's Sophie Zemjanic who gets the tally. Her team high 4th of the tournament. This one tightening up. Can Lebanon get it to the final horn? See if Puerto Rico gets some energy from that goal. Here they work back in. Jenkins, a shot, she scores! 2 quick ones from Puerto Rico. That one 12 seconds later, and it's a 1-goal game. Allegra Jenkins with her 2nd of this tournament. (3-2) now, our score. Puerto Rico, a couple of quick goals. That one from Allegra Jenkins, just 16 years of age, but played for the Lovell Academy AAA 19U team. Late offsides here against Puerto Rico. Lebanon trying to work in. Hafiz finds the puck. She has 2 in this game. Now Yamin loads it up, throws it over top of the cage. Down low comes to Hafiz. Lebanon trying to punch back. Puerto Rico able to clear. This will go all the way down and be an icing against Team Puerto Rico. Offensive zone faceoff coming for Lebanon, who has seen this game get much, much tighter in the last minute or so. Sophie Zemjanic and Allegra Jenkins the goals. Finally able to break through Gordahi, but they'll need another one if they're to tie this game. Teams continue to dig. Pulled out, centering feed, Salem. Couldn't get that one through. Here's Aaliyah Salem. It was Jenna Salem that took the shot. Puerto Rican player tripped up. And an opportunity on the power play for Team Puerto Rico. A chance to tie the game. Aya Salem, the one heading to the box. Well, Puerto Rico with a chance to complete the comeback and erase the 3-goal deficit. We get set for this 4th power play of the game for them. Lebanon able to work it out. Zemjanic back for it, getting there ahead of Kayla Bashawati. Zemjanic flies in, takes the shot. And getting a piece of that one was Gordahi. Leffler playing below the goal line. Bounce it up high. Zemjanic. Leffler. Floats it down low. Off of De Almeida. She recollects. Zemjanic. At the shot pass down low, ends up in the corner. Leffler back on it, down to a knee, still plays it. Couldn't connect with her intended target. Leffler on it again. Another penalty coming up against Lebanon. Tripping the call as Katie Leffler was taken down. A 5-on-3 chance for Puerto Rico as Abrajian heads to the penalty box. 3:52 left to go in regulation, and a timeout called by Puerto Rico. They try to talk about this one, draw something up, and maybe give their top power play unit a rest as well. But Puerto Rico has had a lot of offensive opportunities throughout this game. They have pressured Lebanon hard, and Marjorie Gordahi kept them at bay for most of it. But Puerto Rico finally able to break through here in the 3rd. Back-to-back goals from Sophie Zemjanic and Allegra Jenkins have made it 3-2. Under 4 minutes left to go in regulation. Anya Hafiz has 2 goals and an assist for Lebanon. And Brittany Yamin a goal and an assist as well. We get set for an all-important 5-on-3 opportunity. And in case anybody is new to the game, 3 is the fewest players you can have on the ice at a time as far as skaters go. If Lebanon was to take another penalty before the 55 seconds for Aya Salem is up, then that player would go in the box, but their 2 minutes wouldn't start until Salem's time was over. So no 5-on-2s or 5-on-1s or anything of that nature. But it is a 5-on-3 power play for Puerto Rico. Push to the point, Jenkins. Semyonuk wants it. Jenkins curls back on the near side. Fed it down, sent right through the crease. De Almeida. Semyonuk in deep. Taking a look. Off to Leffler. Quick tap pass back. Semyonuk let it go. Got through. Karam's all the way around. Jenkins just able to keep it alive at the line. Great play. Semyonuk walks in. She shoots. It's blocked by Hafiz. Semyonuk gets it again. Tried to go to the point to Jenkins. Good play by Hafiz to get in the passing lane. She can't clear the zone. Katie Leffler turns the corner. Tried a toe drag move. That didn't work. One Lebanon penalty is over. It's now 5-on-4 advantage for Puerto Rico, and Lebanon clears. 50 seconds left on the penalty to Abrajian. Here comes Leffler. She couldn't work her way through. Semyonuk first one on it. Sent it up in Jimenez's direction. Now it's Katie Leffler. Firing it right in past Kordahi. Layla Trepignan first on it. This one kept in by Model, fresh off the bench. But Lebanon able to take control and clear down. And they survive the long 5-on-3. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey, under 2 to go in period 3. Names pass, picked off. Beckman tried to cut to the middle. Yamin able to take it away, high flip. And it drops. Here's Yamin back with it. Send that one all the way down. Beckman and Hafiz cancel out. Puck grabbed by Leffler. Up the boards, kept alive. Lebanon working deep in the offensive zone. Trying to hold the lead with 1:13 left. That shot came through off a skate. Hafiz gets it to the other side. Yamin trying to load it up. Williams the save. And then she robs Daniel from the goal crease. Dropped off by Hafiz. Trepignan's shot stopped by Williams. Final minute of play. Puerto Rico needs to get it out of their end and then think about some offense, trailing by a goal. But Lebanon continues to control. Hafiz played it off the boards. Hafiz still able to keep it alive. 37 seconds left to go. Model couldn't push it out. Hafiz turns the corner. Toe drag, shoots, and missed wide along the ice. Yamin from the outside, off the side of the cage. Yamin again trying to come out in front. 18 seconds left. Lebanon just wasting the final time. Puerto Rico not going to get another chance as there's 10 seconds left. They toss it out. One last opportunity. Leffler tries a toe drag, lost the puck, pushed it wide, and there's the horn. Lebanon has their first ever win at the Dream Nations. What a game this was. I believe there's a Puerto Rico player down in their end. Team is attending to. And the coaching staff also over there. So Lebanon taking a knee as they attend to, not sure who it is that's down in that far corner, down on Puerto Rico's end. And still conversations between one of the coaches and this player that is down over on the Puerto Rico side. They try and help her to her skates. Again, I can't see the number quite yet or who it is. Puerto Rico never really got a chance near the end of that game. Great work by Lebanon to cycle the puck deep in the offensive zone throughout that last 2+ minutes. They're able to secure the win. And it looks like it's AJ Jimenez, the one that was down. As both teams line up for the handshakes. The Lebanon finishes 1-1-1. Puerto Rico 2-1-0. And both will head to the bracket stage of this tournament. Certainly concerned for Jimenez and Puerto Rico as they move forward. The final standings in the women's division. Team Caribbean finishes at the top at 3-0 with 6 points. Team Egypt finishes second, 2-0-1 with 5 points. Puerto Rico will finish third, 2-1-0 with 4 points. Team Lebanon finished fourth, 1-1-1 with 3 points. Team Korea, South Korea, 0-3 is fifth, and Team Netherlands at 0-3 is sixth. That's it for the round robin portion of the women's division. And the bracket coming up tomorrow, first at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be the 2nd seed Egypt against the 3 seed Puerto Rico. And then immediately following that one, 10:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, top seeded Caribbean against 4 seed Lebanon. We will continue on with hockey though. Here from the Dream Nations Cup, the men's Division I round robin is next, and we begin with a battle for the top spot in the men's Division I. The winner gets the top spot. It's Indigenous against Armenia. That one coming up just about a half hour from now. You can find it on the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel. But for now, I'm Will Wiggleman, and we will see you then.